This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Wednesday, July 30th. I'm James Spann. Beautiful weather again today, but moisture levels slowly coming back over the next few days. Let's check out some of the Skycam shots around the network today. We'll start with the Skycam view coming from Hamilton in Marion County. The sky there is mostly sunny. A very similar sky coming from Decatur up in Morgan County overlooking the mighty Tennessee River. And look at that. A lot of folks on the Gulf Coast today. That's our Gulf Shore Skycam coming from high atop the Phoenix All Suites. A beautiful day today. Sky down there shall be mostly sunny tomorrow. Then by Friday and the weekend, there could be a few scattered storms on the Gulf Coast. But even then, the weather not bad with about 6 to 8 hours of sunshine each day. Long wave trough in place over the eastern U.S. That's helping to keep the weather so nice after all those record lows this morning. We do note that little MCV-type feature, mesoscale convective vortex, that's around Tulsa, Oklahoma, that's moving southeast. In fact, looking at the radar, there's a lot of rain on that. On the Little Rock and Fort Smith radars, and we'll see if that can ease into Alabama late tonight or tomorrow. The air's so dry, I'd say that's not likely, but just something to watch. And yes, indeed, we had record lows this morning. Those were some of the official numbers. Anniston 54, Birmingham 57, Montgomery 59, Tuscaloosa 56. And of course, those shattered the old records. That record low in Montgomery was set 125 years ago. Goodness. This afternoon, not bad. Mostly mid-80s around here. Birmingham 84, only upper 70s at mid-afternoon for Coleman and Fort Payne. Around the nation, weather nice and cool over the northeast. Also kind of a cool spot there around Denver. To the west, we have flash flood watches for parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas along Interstate 40. Also some flash flood watches for parts of Colorado, New Mexico, and Nevada. Here's the overall rain for the next 5 days. This is valid through Monday morning of next week, suggesting rain amounts of about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch. And indeed, moisture levels will be coming up by the time the weekend gets here. Weather in the tropics, our little feature out there, that tropical wave is really having a hard time. You know, the NHC guys had that at a 70% chance of developing. Well, now they've dropped it down to a 50% chance of developing. There is a lot of dry air around it. You know, we've talked about that for weeks. The dry air coming off the African deserts covering much of the Atlantic basin, that is really hampering this. And also there's some wind shear. So at the moment, still an open wave. And if anything can develop, the name would be Bertha. But this system will be turning northward before reaching the United States. There's the ensemble. You can see the recurving track, and there's a big question now whether this thing develops at all. Most of the models bring it to tropical storm strength, but again, so far that just has not happened. And a lot of times it's best just to go with the trends. We'll watch and see, but one way or the other shouldn't be a factor here. We'll check the GFS, the Global Forecast System. This is valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This is at 500 millibars. You can see we've got the troughing over the east. And down below that, that looks relatively dry coming off the GFS model, but we note the NAM looks relatively wet. This is valid at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and this is somewhat the remnants of that little MCV feature coming down through Arkansas. So it's a dry GFS versus a wet NAM. Considering the dry air, I think we will trend toward the drier forecast, but we certainly will mention some risk of a shower or maybe some light rain tomorrow, but don't think it rains a whole lot. High should be in the middle 80s. This is Friday. Again, we'll bring in the chance of scattered showers and storms with increasing moisture levels, and again, broad troughing aloft over the region, highs mid-80s. Not going to rain all day, but it should rain at times. That's going to be the deal for Saturday. In fact, Saturday looking relatively wet on this run. In fact, the categorical POPs, probability of precipitation, is up to 80% coming off the GFS with low and mid-80s. A lot of clouds and occasional showers. So if you're going to got something outdoors, be aware of that. Sunday, a moisture axis stays in place. At least scattered showers and storms. This is Monday of next week. Kind of a boundary sets up near Interstate 59. North of that, it's dry. South of that, the shower chances continue. And where that boundary sets up, it's hard to define 4 or 5 days in advance. And this is Tuesday. The boundary washes out. We stay in moist air. So this is still suggesting a chance of at least scattered showers into Tuesday. And a week from today, this is Wednesday, the 6th day of August. Troughing over the east, and down below that, again, enough moisture for a few scattered showers and storms. Highs may be creeping up toward 90. We'll check the end of the forecast this August 15th. And you can see we have broad troughing over the central United States. And again, down below that looks kind of moist and muggy with a chance of scattered showers and storms. 15-day temperature plot coming off the ensemble, about what you expect. Maybe bumping up toward the low 90s toward the middle of next week. But beyond that, highs go back in the upper 80s. And again, the good news, no sign of any really, really nasty heat waves around here anytime soon, and that's great because this is the time when we can have them. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.